Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Jabor and this is episode 6 of realistically playing Bannerlord. So, last we left off, we got our brother and our siblings back around here, Odoc, and we got them back from those bandits, and then we spared the guy who led us there. We did a bit of trading, we did an arena battle which we lost, unfortunately, and then, yeah, so now we're just going to try and find some lords and do some trading along the way. I don't expect too many things to happen, so I'm going to, double the speed, or maybe quadruple the speed of like going between cities, because that's kind of boring. And we want to get to the good part of this game. And trading is cool, but it's kind of like a single person's kind of thing. Like it's not that interesting to watch. So yeah, so I'll stop it if we get into a battle, or if there's a cool arena battle. Fight, I should say. But otherwise, we'll just do the trading. So, cool. We'll see what's here, and then if there's nothing that's worthy, like some more grain, because we don't want our troops to eat like the sheep or the sheep. No, I don't know if they can do that. I think we might have to designate a task to do that. But we don't need to eat the butter and things like that. Otherwise, it's kind of a waste of our money. Oh, sheep's pretty good too, so we'll get some sheep as well, and you notice that sheep don't increase the capacity. That's because they're classed as herdables. So animals, sheep, hogs, and cows, they're classed as herdables, which means they just slow your campaign speed. So you become like a herder, basically. You just become real slow. So wow, that's a lot of money, but I reckon we can make that back quite easily, because 37 for sheep, and I think we got the other sheep for like 42, is a really good price in my opinion. And yeah, so we'll go to... we might skip a few of these cities and just go straight to Tyrell, and then... yeah, that's going to be sick. So the only problem about this is that we're at speed 1.1, and that is because, if you go down here, up to the... yep, bar down here, it tells you why, so the minus 3.8 from herding is basically why. So if you have more cavalry, it's faster, but we don't really have that many, so it actually might be preferable to sell these guys off as quickly as possible, just because I'm already quadrupling the speed. So there's I might have to increase the speed more than that, basically. Oh god, that is really slow. Okay. Some more troops. So here's a... So I might, after Makeb, I'm going to, I'm going to speed it up, because there's an arena battle, and there's also a main quest marker here. So, 700, don't really want to spend 700 though. Okay, one troop. The heals, don't need the heals. Okay, can we sell anything? Well, we can sell iron ore. Will it keep its price? It won't till there. Okay. That's great. Still pretty good though. Okay, let's do the arena. A long saber, which we will give to our brother. Oh, I should probably check his stats out actually, because sometimes he starts with some really weird stats, like he prefers, axes or maces to a real weapon like a sword, so we shall see. Get me. Nice. Get him. Smooth win. Yeah, it's cool to see our companions actually do something for a change. Early game, they're pretty useless, so... Well done, Lissif. Now it's you and me. Man, sorry about this. But I'm not really. It's for your own good. I'll give you a sword. I'll give my brother a sword, but I'll give you something later. This is gonna be, yeah, much more confident with just infantry battles, infantry fights. Less so with cavalry. Cavalry is way more dependent on. I find it hard to like concentrate on the horse movement and attacking, whereas when it's in infantry, it's just you and your defense and your attack. After I check your stats, otherwise Lissif is getting a nice new saber. Okay, Nigel, Surgeon, sorry. Oh wow, okay, awesome. So we can level him up. Okay, we'll do that now. So, more handling. Or do we want to give him a mace? I actually like the variety of a mace, so maybe I will give him the mace. Yeah. Although swinging a mace much faster would be cool, but no, we'll do mace. He's cavalry, so put him in cavalry. Ooh, that's nice, give him some extra hit points. That's one of the nice things about having stats in all, or like a lot of stats in different varieties of skills, is because you get things like that, like the extra hit points, and it doesn't matter, like he might never use one-handed again, but because he's leveled it up, and he's got the 2 extra hit points, that's, that's a universal thing he's now got, so, yeah, if we just make him like a two-handed infantryman from then on, he's still got some sort of benefit of, upgrading his one-handed, so that is nice. Arrow catcher, yep, that's great, because we will eventually give him a better shield. Infantry in your party, gain 10% total experience earned after battles. That's nice, but I think we'll give infantry gain +2 experience daily, so we don't have to rely on battles, but also I like the reduced wage of garrisons. It's awesome, two-handed. Not too picky about this, but he'll probably be a axe. I'm thinking axes for this guy, so better damage against shields is amazing. So that's what Head Basher is again, more damage. Infantry, you gain 5 experience for every enemy killed with two-handed weapons, that's nice. But we want the damage. You have two-handed weapons, attacks that deal damage over 25% of your opponent's hit points, 30% chance to knock them down, which is great. And infantry is cheaper. So that'll be good if he becomes a lord as well, so that's nice. Again, I'm not a huge fan of killing animals, so we're going to go with the other one, which is more damage to shields. And Berserker, so... Probably going to give him confidence, because if he gets a lot of armor, it's going to be harder for him to get below that 90%. And he usually starts the battle with more than 90%, so... Ideally, he would. Cavalry, he'll probably have a lance eventually, so we'll keep weapons that are good for, like lances and stuff like that, so thrusting instead of swinging. What else? Polearm attacking over just polearm attacking when you're on foot, I believe that is. Increases your combat movement speed, yeah. So that doesn't really work when you're on a horse, so it doesn't really matter. Lancer, in the name. We'll probably go through these more in detail if I ever get these stats, but at the moment I'm not going to go through all of them. And Skewer, so your crouch lance now has a 30% chance to stay crouched after it kills someone. So that's pretty cool. Archery, if we're in like a siege and we're desperate, we might just give him a bow. So we'll go with decrease to accuracy with movement. No, I think we'll go with more damage to the head. Decreases the penalty to movement speed for reloading. I'm not too worried about that. Your attacks with bows ignore 10% of the enemy's armor. That's awesome. Yep. We'll do that, and decreases your bow accuracy loss due to rotating. I don't know if it's just me, but it doesn't seem that rotating for NPCs actually works. Like the decrease in accuracy actually works for rotating NPCs. They don't seem to be affected by it, so I'm going to go with increases reload speed, because that's always amazing for anything. And he's probably never going to be mounted and using a bow, so increasing party size is also nice, especially if he leads a party. Crossbows, which is the better weapon. We're going to go marksman for the same reason that piercer doesn't seem to be that great. Windwalker again, and let's see, decreases, yeah, again, I don't think movement is a problem, so more headshot damage is always great. I'm not going to read these, I don't really know what they are about, because I'm never going to use them. I believe all these skills are from the mod Distinguished Service, because this is kind of similar to what they get, like as soon as they become a companion you get to choose the skills. So that's why he started with so many skills, is because normally the store will be chosen for you, basically, but this is a bit more control, so we can make him a bit more personalized to our kind of way of combat, and fulfill a natural role in the campaign. So, and then as soon as possible we'll give him his own kind of company to lead, and he can go out into the world and do his own thing. Increases your damage speed, that's great, yep, because he's going to be mostly cavalry. Hit point, more hit points on your horse is always great. Mounted infantry, increase your party speed, yep, that's also awesome. And we'll go with top speed because he's not going to be using a bow. Great. And again, we're going to use the health because he's going to be on horse most of the time, so having that extra health is amazing. And decrease armor as well, for the same reason. And with stamina, we're not going to really use because he's not going to be hammering away. There we go, hammering away in the forge. So yeah, there are some skills that are cross-compatible, which is nice. Gives reasons to do more than one skill. So let's see. We're going to go with tight formations because it benefits cavalry, which is what he's about. Let's see, snow or plains. We're going to go plains because that seems to be the more popular battles that we play. Terrain, I should say. 10% to party size. Yeah, we're going to do that because he's never going to really go into hideouts unless he's with us, so that's fine. Coaching, 3% more damage bonus in all battle simulations. That's quite nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Do that, as opposed to just having it for bandits. Improviser, no morale penalty for disorganized state in battles. In sally out or when being attacked. That is really nice. Decreases the duration of disorganized state after breaking sieges and raids. Okay, you can escape from battles by leaving 50% less soldiers behind. Lose 25% fewer men when breaking into and breaking out of settlements under siege. Let's go with improviser, that sounds better. In my honest opinion. More likely to have children, sure. Because we'll marry him off as well. Okay. Increase influence gained by battles by 30%. You gain 1 renowned and influence for each issue resolved. Okay, I'm not sure if these will actually apply to him or our clan, because I don't know how that works. But let's just look at the other benefit he gets, so the party's leader skill. Every time you defeat an enemy lord, you gain 1 relationship with a random notable of your faction. That's quite nice. Every time you defeat an enemy lord, you gain 1 relationship with a random lord of your faction. Isn't that the same thing? It is the same thing. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know, random notable or random lord. Okay. You can be a warlord with the orator later. Forgivable grievances, 20% chance to avoid persuasion, critical failures. You're never going to persuade anyone, so don't worry about that, mate. Relationships with powerful settlement NPCs improve over time. That's great. So if you just leave him in a settlement, he'll increase your relationship with that with those characters, which is great. Increase any relationship gain with opposite gender by 20%. 2% chance per day to increase relations with random notable of opposed sex within the settlement, and I'm guessing this is the opposite. Yeah, so you're going to be young and respectful. And then leadership. Okay, so 2% for all troops. Awesome. Again, we're going to go with defending, better morale for defending, because that's when it's really needed. Authority. Party size is always great, so we're going to go with that. Increase renowned. Okay, tier 3. Yep, that's great. So when troops start to rout, at the moment, the higher tier troops are likely are likely not to rout because they're higher tier, so you expect them to be, you know, more veterans. But currently, like say like all your peasants flee, your high tier troops will also probably flee, or they're more likely to because they see all their friends running. They're like, oh shit, we need to go. But with this skill, they're less likely to basically do that. They're basically less likely to run, which is nice because those are the guys you want to stay because they're the powerhouses, really. Increase party size by 5 for each town you control. That is really nice. I will probably do that one because he's never going to recruit prisoners. Security's nice, but he's not going to wait in a town for very long. So that's really great. So that's like an end games like strat at the moment, is thinking, you know, what's the skill now that can benefit the most in the future? So that's this one, because we're going to have more than, you know, hopefully more than one town eventually, which means he's going to have quite a larger party size, which is nice. And then trade. So as I said, we're going to like have our family be the traders for the first few times, well, the first few months that we're playing this, just to get some money coming because it's better than workshops. And yeah, so that's basically why we're going to do that, and we're going to do the opposite for what we do. So we actually want him to be better at selling trade goods because he's not going to sell equipment he's gotten from, you know, enemies. Cool, and he is going to have more carry weight, which is great, because I'm not sure how that workshops would deal with the NPC having a trade. Local connections, caravans, yeah, he's just going to be a caravan guy. Distributed goods, sell relationships by resolved issues, he's not going to do that. Every villager party entering your town generates 30 more gold income. That is nice though, but we're going to do this one because that makes more sense. If you have a town, and we're going to try and prioritize getting towns because of that leadership thing before, that's going to be great. Awesome. Ours in community, every profitable workshop gives you 1+ renown. That is quite nice, but I'd rather have a profitable caravan. Great. And then steward. Awesome. So party wages are less. That's great. Don't really care about food because, you know, money's worth more than food. Okay. Again, wages less. I know tier 4 troops gain more XP, but if they're tier 4, they don't really need the XP as much, so not too bad. And they still get the 2%, the +2 daily XP anyway, so not too bad. Workshops owned by you have 20% increased production. That is quite nice. But again, wages. Wages is good, especially for castles, and 20% is a huge reduction, so we're going to do that. And less food in the party as well is nice. During village raids, you gain an additional food item for each one you loot. That's cool. Troop wages are decreased by 25% when in an army, so when they're in another army, they have reduced wages, which could be quite nice if they join our army. Actually, yeah, so we're going to use that because that is kind of useless because he's not going to have companions in his army. I don't think we can do that. We can't like put companions in the same army, which is kind of sad. But if he ever joins our army, hopefully his wages, which I pay, will be less, which is nice. Cool. Discarded weapons can be donated. Don't need that. Increase party morale by 4 if number of mounts is greater than non-cavalry. So we do want cavalry, this guy to be mostly cavalry, so ideally we'll get that. Do not pay wounded soldiers. That's quite nice. We'll do that. Don't want to pay them if we don't have to. Cool, and then we'll do the learning. So one-handed, riding. We'll do trade as well. What else do you reckon? We might actually put some in scouting, leadership, and crossbow. Even though he's not as good as it as bow at the current time, he will get better. I will make him, and then we'll put some into cunning, social, vigor. We'll put the rest into vigor because, yeah, because archery isn't going to be as important. He's going to kind of develop that later in life, and only as a backup if he's in like a siege role. Cool. So that's done. Do I have any skills? I do not. Cool. Great, and then watch him die like first episode back. because that would not surprise me. And yeah, we'll keep the spiked club then. And then yeah, you can get the nice sword. Cool. And so from now we're probably just gonna boom. I keep saying that, but we actually now are. Okay. Cool. So coming back, normal speed. Let's do this tournament. Because why not? And we'll get some nice, cool shoulder pads out of it. And it's the first time being in Sturgia and doing something, you know, cool. So we can show off all the arena battles. I'll probably give this to our brother because we want to be quite light at the moment. Don't turn your back on me. Nice.
No quarter for the Craven!
Nice. Oh, Jesus. Oh, these guys again. Sweet.
Well fought!
Very smooth. Might recruit this guy. He's been doing pretty well so far. Sweet.
We've been blessed!
That lord must have already been injured because he fell very quickly. Alright, let's go against this guy. So he seems pretty cool. I might actually recruit him because he has done... I mean, he hasn't died yet. And he has like no armor. So... I mean, weak against me, but who isn't? So yeah, we'll get him, I think. We've got plenty of money. Assign our brother a role as well. That might be useful. Okay, trade, what do we get? Shoulder pads. Yeah, I don't really want the shoulder pads. Nathanios, you can have them. Sun scarf. We'll recruit you. Nigel, skip the pleasantries. Can you someone like you in my company? 612. What is his stats? Oh, he's only good at... No, let's do it. Let's just show that he won't be that great, and I'm going to show you that. If you don't believe me. Okay, and we will actually assign... we'll probably assign our brother to scouting because we want to level that up. No, parties... And... Danios... who has good stewardship? We probably want to increase our stewardship. So, quartermaster... Oh no, that was... I want to increase my stewardship. Nathanios, engineer... That's me again. So it'll default to me, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so that's fine. Okay, workshops. We can have 2 now. That's not that great, but it is what it is. And zoom again. Alrighty, so we found Garios' army, and there might be a few people here we can talk to. It's probably Garios himself. So tell me about the Battle of Pendrek. Yes, we will never forget that day. The day we learned that the old men who claimed they had the right to rule us were doddering incompetents. I was with the vanguard. Neritzes apparently knew that the Batarians had planned an ambush. The Gazette scouts had told him, but he never bothered to inform us. So up we went, along a lovely wooded stream until the Batanian arrows started whooshing in all sides. We had our shields, but you can only point them in one direction at once, so we started to drop one by one until the Batanian Folksmen came screaming out of the trees. Ordinarily, they'd be very vulnerable to archers, but, well, old Neritz hadn't thought to send any along with us, so they came upon us, chopping and slashing. We fought until we broke. I ran too, and any man who tells you he didn't in those circumstances is a liar. When I was sitting in the cold woods later that night, hiding with other fugitives, listening to the barbarians whoop and holler as they chopped off heads as trophies, I promised them that no Calradian soldier should again be led into battle by an emperor who knows so little of war. Thank you. Is there anything else? No, that's all good. Thank you. Awesome, so that's 2 out of 10. So we just need 8 more, and we'll be there. And we'll go into the arena, and then we'll call this an episode. We'll get a horse for our troubles. So let's get... handicapped.
Come on!
Did I get him? I did. Completely planned it, of course. No brother. No brother. No brother. Gimme. This is just 2 more. They both do not have shields. So. Nice.
Come on!
We'll follow up on it. Just to show off a little bit. Cool. But nice. Okay, us versus the Lord. Not the Lord, just a Lord. Verasus. He looks confident. Not that confident, apparently, as things turn out. And us versus a heavy horseman, so we should have this in the bag. And increase our renown a little bit. Yeah, one step closer to world domination. And as we start to win more, we'll speed them up at least. Because they're not all that interesting, especially if I do the same thing and just keep winning. Kind of, you know, deflates the drama. So, Coronation, we'll keep him. And we'll switch our horse actually, because we have a Sumpter and we want something a little better. Still need a saddle though. Great. Actually, can our brother, he can use it. Great. Always good to give your companions good stuff, because they helps them survive a little longer. And you don't want them to die, of course. So, yep. Let's head to Batanian now. Quickly, and then we'll call it. We'll wrap it up. So I've been playing for about an hour now. So, yep. Need to edit the video and things like that. And I also got a perk from trading. Might have seen that before. We'll do that next episode. Oh dear. Okay, everything's taken a dive. It's a great place to buy grain. So we buy some mules. Can. I've got plenty of money, so we'll buy heaps of grain, just tons of it. What else do they have? That's quite cheap. Folks is cheap. Oh, wood is cheap. Everything's cheap. Look at it. Man, they must be having like a clearance sale or something in Britannia. Okay. In that case, let's grain. We want to keep 70. Yep. And we'll buy a lot of hardwood. Like heaps of hardwood. Yep. And we'll buy some more horses. More mules. It's an investment. Yeah, actually that's kind of overkill. Yeah, we'll just carry the weight. It'll be fine. Great, that was amazing. Okay. We will sell off the hardwood next time, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you in the next one.